Good morning. Thank you for sharing the video. Good morning. Hi. Hi, Ash. 02111989. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thank you for sharing it. Okay, so today, y'all, I didn't have no onboardings, um, no power hours, or anything like that. Hello. I'm just basically doing back office stuff. I haven't, like, I just got up and started working this morning, and I've been sitting here for like 5 hours, banging it out. Hello. Yeah, just banging it out. I put up a video on YouTube last night and woke up this morning with usually my videos, like, it takes time. Hey, Nina. It takes time, for them to start getting views and stuff like that. But I woke up this morning and that video had like 130 views. I was like, okay, Miss YouTuber. So yeah, people like when I put up claims videos. They trying to box me in, but it ain't gonna happen. Hey. So one of the things I worked on this morning, I submitted another video, another approval to the state of Louisiana for another CE course. So now we're up to 15 hours that's waiting to be approved, which I'm really excited about that. I think the holidays kind of got them stagnant. So I feel like once they go in and start approving, they just gonna approve, they're gonna run through them. Because they hadn't approved anything since December 3rd, the beginning of December. Good afternoon, Mrs. Smith Nation. So I feel like once they get in and get back to work, they'll go ahead and start approving stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and get another course submitted. So I did that this morning, for the continuing education courses, and then I started rewriting my ebook. Hey. I started rewriting my ebook, and then I went in. I went from that to looking at, the sales and stuff like that, and I did pretty good. Like, I more than made my money back for the ebook, the site that hosted it when I initially wrote it, the format. Like, I made my money back from that, and I was like, you know what? I'm redoing it. I see a lot of people abandoning carts and stuff like that, and I just had the epiphany. You know what? Mark the ebook down to $10. Just mark it down to $10. You're rewriting it. It looks like people are tempted to buy it. I don't know if the holidays got that money in a chokehold, but if you know anybody that's interested and thought about buying the ebook and was like, tell them it's $10. I'm gonna leave it $10. I say for the rest of the month. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna leave it at $10 for the rest of the month. And then last night I was up with my vendors all night on another project that has nothing to do with this. I'm in Louisiana. Oh, what's the location for the ebook? It's in the it's in the bio. I'm gonna have to post it somewhere on for YouTube and Facebook. But yeah, it's in the bio. One click. I kind of made it simple. I just went in and copied the link and put it there. So it's in the bio, and I'm gonna just leave it there until the end of the month, um, because I don't expect the new one, the updated one that's going more into detail, to be ready for another month or so. Just because I'm gonna be in Vegas for a week, and then I have my course my class the following week. So Lamontane says, does anyone need a free course to adjust to pro for Texas? Oh, you're asking a question. You're welcome. girls. Good morning.
It's just me.
Oh, hey, Mackie. Yeah, I had to look you in the face. I didn't want to get you mixed up with your sister. Are you asking, does anyone have a free course? I'm not understanding. I went through Progressive, so Adjuster Pro told me I could gift my course to anyone. Oh, that's nice, y'all. Yeah, a Progressive licensed me as well. Many years ago. I started as staff with them. They don't do refunds, but they say you could gift it. Y'all see that? Um, y'all see that he has a free course that he could gift to somebody.
Do you have a charger?
Um, and then the other one on the other side of the bed, Matt.
I'll take this one.
That's awesome. I hope you can find somebody to gift it to. So how's it going with Progressive? My deployment that it just ended, that total loss deployment, was with Progressive. And I started my career with Progressive. So it was like a full circle. They have a, well, back then they had a really good work environment, all inclusive, you know, very laid back, but it was a heavy workload though. And then I noticed that on this deployment, they brought that same culture to us as independent adjusters, and I really love that. Okay, you're learning how to handle claims. Yeah, with the total loss deployment that I was on, you guys owned your files. Hey, legendary, you guys owned your files, and the files that you were sitting on that wasn't moving or you had them for a while, they reassigned them to us. Possible total losses and total losses. So yeah, learn as much as you can, and that's a great company to get your foundational training at because they're gonna train you. How's it going, legendary? Did you check out that link I emailed to you? They're currently deploying for property. Um, yeah. Mhm. That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah, that came across when we was on live the other night, and I was like, oh, okay. So I checked it out, and I was like, okay, okay, okay. I did too. I did too. Yeah, I got all my foundational knowledge from Progressive. Yeah, I mean, and I hit the ground running as an IA, so it's definitely gonna do that for you. So Lamonte posted earlier that if there's anybody from Texas, he can gift you his what's the name of them people? Adjuster Pros course because he's got his license through Progressive. They don't do refunds, but they said they would allow him to gift it to somebody. So if you know somebody that need it or whatever, let them know and follow him. Let me go back and follow Lamonte. Lamontagne. 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 I'm sorry. Look, when I pulled up your profile and I saw it, because I'm big on names, because I gave my kids names that, you know, because it looked like Lamonte sitting here. When I put up your profile, it said Lamontagne. So I got you. I'm sorry. I apologize. Lamontagne. I apologize, girl. What part of Texas are you in? But yeah, I still have people that I'm gonna say friends like we network that started with me. They're still with Progressive after all this time. They're managers and different things like that. Yeah, study the questions at the end of the exam, and good luck. Good luck to you. Good luck to you. Just yeah, study those questions, binge on those questions at the end. Make sure you read your chapters, then just go back and binge on those questions at the end. Yeah, they do. But it's so hard. Like I've had mentees that couldn't pass the interview process. Um, I've had people with degrees that couldn't pass the psychological portion of the test and all that. But yeah, they are hiring, and they gave me a chance. The position will say a bachelor's degree, but they gave me a chance, and I didn't have a bachelor's degree. They took my work history in lieu of the bachelor's degree. And me and Legendary was talking about that the other day. It doesn't matter if they may have their baseline requirements, but I still apply. Yeah, it's too much info to take in. Like you go through the material and then hit those questions at the end, then go back in the material on the questions that you missed, and familiarize yourself with that. But if you could get those questions at the end, you'll have it. Oh, I remember ASI. Okay. Ooh, you went way back. Candy cakes. Yeah, I remember ASI. Yeah, I did auto. I started with Progressive Auto, and my first deployment was property, and I was scared to death, but I did it. I did it, and I've been stuck on property ever since. As far as like deployments, but this last total loss deployment was pretty good. I wouldn't mind doing it again, but I think I want to do property because I know I want to do property just because of the leeway you have with the scheduling. Thank you for following me. I'm gonna follow you back. Let's see, can I find you here? Look, that's what I thought. But no, 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 no. That's what I thought. You can get these total loss deployments making 40 and up. I did it. So that's what I thought because with property, we were getting like the 650 a day, 750 a day, or you're getting 300 per closed claim or something like that. So yeah, yeah, but it looks to me like I do have some firms and especially during Ian, I got offers for like 750 a day and different things like that. But I did pretty good on this total loss. I did. I really did. Even with me going on vacation and missing days and stuff like that, I still by September had hit over 100,000. But yeah, property. Yeah, you could say it could be better, but that total loss now that total loss is pretty good. They have some firms, some of these top firms that everybody's talking about. They are really like not paying right. Okay, so I got an offer, and my friend got an offer to go down to Mobile. She showed up this past Monday. I'm like, I can't because I can't leave home. I got my class, my school, and all that. And she showed up. And this is a property, and they want you to do some writing, right? They want you to write. They offered this woman with 15 years of experience, $23 an hour. And she's not lying because they offered me the same thing. I let her talk. And this is one of these ones, like we talk about all the time, they're good for, but I'm like, what the hell? Okay, and I think it was $120 or $127 per diem a day. I gotta see if she got TikTok. And but when she didn't get her contract before she left home because they told her, okay, so this is what we'll do. We'll pay you what you made on your last assignment because you've deployed with us. I never deployed with them, but I've been on their roster for like 10 years. I just never deployed with them. So when they called me, I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. New people are taking these deployments. They are, and they should be ashamed. She said okay, so let me go back. So when she was talking to the recruiter was like, okay, so because you've been deployed with us before, we'll pay you what we paid you last time. And I think she said it was $37 during Allstate. So she never sent her the contract. So she was like, she emailed her, she was like, okay, I'll get it out to you. She got on the road from Atlanta, went to Mobile. She got to Mobile, and she was like, okay, they was talking about the pay and stuff. They had somebody sitting next to her. They were getting $29 an hour with like very minimal experience. They told her $23.32. She gets up, pulls somebody to the side, and they like, no, who told you that? Who told you that we're going to give you what you made last time? She said they had people that had driven in. They had a lady that had driven in from Las Vegas for that $23 an hour. First of all, the work going to be shitty. It's going to be shoddy. And then, secondly, like they taking these, like, I don't understand why they taking this. Like, it's, you're not, I can understand you being excited about the deployment, but tell them no. Like, we're going to have to get to a point where we're going to have to band together. The minimum you should be I would take for a deployment is about $35 minimum. If you knew out the gate and you may get a State Farm or something like that assignment and they're paying between 24 and 28, okay, I get that. State Farm, ECTA, whatever, I get that. Yeah, but still, it's not, with the amount of work that they are requiring them to do, they're going to leave there with a negative outlook on adjusting. Because they're going to realize that the money that they just sat there and worked for was not in line with the amount of work they had to do. And it's so shameful on some of these companies. They've gotten so big, whereas there's absolutely no way they shouldn't be paying people like they should, like that. And this is one of these big ones we always talk about. And I've never heard of them doing it. Back within, people getting offers for like 24, and they was like, out the gate new. I'm like, yeah, that's good. But for experienced adjusters, absolutely not. Hey, sweetheart, if I'm gonna make $24 an hour, baby, look, I'll go back to the wireless industry. Okay. Okay, yeah, send me an email. Yeah, we could connect. Yeah, cuz it's a shame. And that's the thing. That's why when you go into these Facebook groups and stuff and people are livid or they're not open to new adjusters coming into the industry, it's because they're coming in and they're taking, that money and it's, y'all, it's crazy. It's crazy. But my friend loaded up her car, checked out her hotel, and drove back to Georgia. Hell, y'all, I get unemployment, right? Yes, I made over $100,000. And yes, when this is my first time doing it, when I was told by some of my peers that they had applied for unemployment and got it, I applied for unemployment and I applied from Texas because my firm was in Texas. And I get Texas unemployment I think I get like $12.68 every 2 weeks. I paid it in. So yeah. Hey, pretty chunks. So yeah, so I'm not I'm gonna sit right here and collect that unemployment, and they could keep bypassing me with that little money. I let that woman talk. She was like, "Yes, Rebecca, yeah." I was like, "Okay, okay." And this was this past Friday. I was like, "Okay." I was just waiting on her to take a breath. I said, "Absolutely not. Absolutely not." And then you want to know about my Xactimate experience? Baby, girl, bye. And they should be ashamed of themselves. And my heart goes out to the person that drove from Las Vegas to Mobile. And that's another thing, y'all. Don't leave home without your. I got you. Okay. Don't leave home without your contracts. Do not leave home without your contracts. And the lady and my friend was like, okay, so y'all know who y'all give lists to. You record your calls. You find out who called me and promised me that money. You find out who called me and promised me that y'all gonna pay me what you paid me on my last deployment. I never deployed with them, so it was a hard no off bat for me. Absolutely not. Mm-mm. And they should be ashamed of themselves. They hold millions and millions of dollars already. These firms. And the insurance companies, they're paying them. It is not the insurance companies. I used to think that it was the insurance companies. It is not. Because you can get deployed with this one carrier, and then this other carrier will call you. Yeah, I have I'm going to just say ABC Insurance Company. Because I'm going to be meeting some of these people in Vegas, and I'm not throwing their names out there. But I have a deployment. Okay, so this one firm, this is the other one. The first one call you, hey, I have a deployment with ABC Insurance Company, and we're paying $24 an hour, 6 days a week, 10 hours a day, no per diem. Okay, so you're like, okay, I'll take it. And then here you go, the other firm, hey, I got a deployment with ABC Insurance Company. I'm paying you $40 an hour. And if you deploy to our site, we'll pay you $150 a day per diem. Same dang gone carrier. They are keeping the money. They are keeping the money. And that's why I wouldn't work for that, but if I did, I'd be double dipping, triple dipping. Because, it's ridiculous. Hey Libra girl, it's ridiculous what some of these firms try to pay, and it's these big firms. Because let me let y'all know something. And if Candy Cakes, it looks like she's been in this industry for a while, and she could tell you, there's firms out there that experienced adjusters know about that is never talked about. Those firms don't play. They pay you what you work. Can you vouch for me on that? It's these firms that everybody is running to, that they getting bombarded with all these new portals and stuff like that. It's those firms that is shortchanging, and I just made that connection. Now I'm gonna have to talk to my other people about that. It's those firms. You're desperate. It's those firms that's lowballing. Because they have so many portals created. Hey, Bree, they have so many portals created and people looking for work in those portals that they can lowball. But we have firms as experienced adjusters that we never talk about. I sent Legendary Chase one of them the other night. That we never talk about. It's like a well-kept secret. And we ain't gonna talk about it because y'all ain't going over there diluting them people and having them messing with our money. Like, I'm gonna give y'all the goods, but No, indeed. Mm-mm. Then all of them, they'll be lowballing us. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That's what it is. They have so many people in those portals. They have so many, and they know people are looking for work, and they lowballing the hell out of everybody. That's why my next step is gonna be in the field, or I'm just gonna fall back and just run my school. You know, that's what my mouth say till I get that offer. I can't turn down. I just opened up a few slots because I'm like doing it a little by little, only because I'm going to Las Vegas for a week, and then when I get back, I have to teach my course for a week. So I do have a few slots left this month, just a few though. Yep, have somebody else to do it because it ain't gonna be me. But yeah, I just and every time one of these firms do this, after I've only had good things to say about them and stuff, and it just breaks my heart because the carriers are paying them. Oh no, their manager's not getting lowballed. They not getting lowballed. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Cause baby, you pay me $23 an hour, you gonna get $23 of effort. Oh, thank you. Mr. Jojo said legendary. Our last live was awesome. He enjoyed it. Look, I told her to take that bonnet off next time and we're gonna go live together. Oh, and I'm starting a series on YouTube, y'all. I've already talked to some of my peers. They're gonna be doing interviews with me because I see y'all like that. So I might get Legendary to do one of those with me too. You just got that message from Alacrity. What they trying to pay you? I look. Let me tell you. I keep saying what I won't do, and I hate when I say that because then I end up doing it. Let me tell you. If I get desperate to the point where I'm like, you know what, I just want to work. I'll just work. When I tell you, they gonna get $23 an effort. So rather than ruin my reputation, I think I'll just sit it out. Or I'll just be like, whatever, I don't want to work for y'all anyway. But yeah, they lowballing. They lowballing, and it's such a shame. Breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. But I pretty much laughed at her. I was like, do you see my experience? She was like, yeah, but and then you asking me about Xactimate? You think I'm about to pull out my Xactimate skills for $23? Girl, bye. But my friend showed up. She was like, but girl, they told me, because I never deployed with them. Girl, they told me they gonna pay me what they paid me on the last deployment. She left home without a contract. She was like, Becky, I'll never do that again. I will never do that again. I will never do that again. So she was furious. She stayed one night at the hotel. She stayed 2 nights. The first night she showed up. Then the second night she was so upset and furious. They were like putting her off because they thought she was just gonna go ahead and accept it. So throughout the day they were like, well, let's talk to such and such. Let's talk to such and such. Let's see what we can do. And they thought that she was gonna sit there and take it. Then she had somebody sitting next to her doing 29 with like 6 months of experience. Right. People getting $23 for customer service. Right. And it came to a point where they was just like, it is what it is. And y'all, when I tell you she fancy dancing, honey, she got up, grabbed her little shit, and she said she walked clean out of there, went, checked out of the hotel, and drove home. I said, well, I hope that one day don't mess up your unemployment. Yeah, you don't want $23 worth of work out of me, cause you not gonna like it. And if I, cause guess what? While I'm sitting there doing that 23, I'm somewhere else trying to give me another 30 so I can make my money. Like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Yeah, listen. If it's $23 an hour, if it's $23 an hour and you're just starting with staff, that's great. That's great. Don't get it confused. I'm talking about independent. You're independent. You're working 10 to 12, 13 hours a day, 6, 7 days a week with a very, very heavy workload. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about staff. I am not talking about staff. I just want to be clear on that. I'm not talking about staff. I'm not talking about staff. Not staff, y'all. I'm not talking about staff. I'm talking about IA, independent adjusting. So, yeah, no. I'm not talking about staff. So if you got an offer from Progressive at $23 an hour, that's good. You'll have the ability to move up really quickly and find your niche within the company because they hold commercial policies. You can do bodily injury, litigation, SIU. You could do all those things. Because the independent adjusting field, it don't work for everybody. Some people need steady income. Some people have kids, families, plans, parents that they have to take care of. Some people can't just up and leave. They'll be sitting there like, I don't want to work from home. I don't work from home. Like, man, you don't want to work from home. And then, your deployments are, spread out a little bit. You can't get up and catch a flight or get up and take a 12-hour drive to get there. Everybody can't do that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with staff adjusting. You can make good money as a staff adjuster. You just have to know how to pivot throughout the industry, where to go and what to look for, and go from there. And benefits. And most of the big companies, their culture in work environment is top tier. Now, when you start going and getting into these little non-standard companies, that's where the work environment is piss poor and stressful and disgusting. But with the top companies that we always hear about, that the culture is top tier. Progressive, top tier. Progressive even brought top tier culture into our and I can't speak for everybody because from what I'm understanding, they had groups everywhere. But for my group, our supervisors and managers and team leads were top tier. They brought that same culture to us in our department as total loss reps. For some it is mandatory, and for others it's not. I've never went away and stayed away a year, 2, 3 years. My life is not set up like that. But I have gone away and been deployed for like a month. The most I've been gone is a month. And to be honest with you, I enjoyed it too. Yeah, some of the top tier companies do have call center environments. Like Allstate does not. Allstate did not. I worked for them. Progressive, it depends on the center. Because some centers, from what I'm understanding from some of my peers, some centers, they do roll the calls. They'll but it's not all day. Like they'll put you in a time slot and they'll roll the calls. But they Progressive have a totally separate CSR team set up to take the calls. So the calls you're getting, 9 times out of 10, unless you're in a queue and they need help, is only for your claims. Geico is like entry level, is like a call center environment. You just in a queue. State Farm, their express team is like a call center environment. Which for me and my ADHD, I wouldn't be able to function. Because I would never get nothing done. Because by the time I got off the phone with you, giving you 110%, I forgot to do whatever the hell I told such and such I was going to do on that. I would be oxing out after each call for like 15, 20 minutes. So I don't take assignments like that. And that's one of the questions that I ask. But for the most part, I haven't even been offered anything like that. I haven't been offered anything like that in a while. But like my last deployment, it was my customers, my calls. I managed my phone. So yeah. It typically don't, but they have a lot going on, but it's okay to reach out to them. Yeah, if I'm knee deep in a claim, I can't take the distraction. I can't. I wouldn't be productive. But yeah, you can reach out to the Department of Financial Services or Insurance Department, and they'll let you know the status of it. And they're issuing a lot of emergency licenses too up there in the north. But yeah, I would call them and follow up. But oh, especially if it's she said about 2 days. Yeah, call them and follow up. I know they were in the process of approving some emergency licenses. I want to say last week, but I'm sure they're probably through that. But just give them a call to make sure nothing's going on with the application. And most times when you have to reach out, they are pretty open to talking to you. Texas is, you could call TSI, Texas Department of Insurance. You may be on hold a little bit, but when they're very helpful, very helpful. Louisiana the same. Yeah, so yeah, definitely give them a call and just to make sure that everything is okay with your application. But yeah, for the most part, they are very pleasant to reach out to. Because I know I've had to help some mentees out of Texas, Florida, and Louisiana, and they were very pleasant to talk to. Oh, Mr. JoJo, tell your sister that if she wants some information about it before she actually, jump into it, I have my ebooks on sale for the rest of the month for $10. But yeah, y'all. So that's what it is. I understand that we're living in desperate times, but we're watering these companies down, and they're lining them pockets with that money. They are lining those pockets with that money, and it's just, mm-mm. 2 months for approval. But yeah, y'all. So I was like, oh my god. Oh, okay. So the ebook is about how to get licensed. So if you're already licensed, that is not for you. That is not for you. But I do have power hour sessions available. I don't know how many because my schedule is kind of thin this month. But you can go on there and check the dates, and book your power hour session. Some people get the mentorship sessions. Some people don't want that 12-month assistance. Some people do. But just go to the website, BeccaDeniseMentorship.com, and just take a look. Okay. But yeah, y'all. That's just so disheartening. I had one that I always talked about over the summer, and when Ian hit, and people were telling me what they were deploying for. People was telling me, mentees was telling me, oh, I got a call, or this person, they reached out, and I'm like, go ahead, because you're new, but they just wrong for that. They're wrong for that. And then what I was about to say about the Facebook groups, that's what, when you see them in there and they're upset and, going off on the deep end, it's because, new people coming into the industry and they're excited about getting deployed and stuff, and they're taking, they're lowballing and they're taking it. But like I said, as a coming into the field, and you want to try ECTA at $24 an hour, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Hey, all-purpose adjusters, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But as an experienced adjuster, you got the referral to call me and to ask me, will I take a deployment for $23 an hour? And then you want to ask me about my Xactimate skills? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And I think it's because a lot, we have a lot of people getting into the industry. I'm not the only mentor out there. There's a lot. And even before you started seeing people that look like me, when you go in and you look for companies and different places that offer the pre-licensing and the adjuster mentorship and stuff like that, when you they've always been out there. It's always been like this, right? So that's a lot of people getting into the field. Now we're making it more accessible to more people, right? And those rosters are full of people, right? So they look at those rosters, and they feel like these people never been deployed. We feel like they'll jump on whatever we offer, and that's what they're doing. Not all of them, but that's what they're doing. And there's firms that I'm privy to, and other experienced adjusters are privy to, that you never hear about, never heard the name on the internet, that experienced adjusters hold close because we don't want to saturate those rosters. They actually reach out to us and they'll be like, any other experienced adjusters? And if I have any experienced adjusters on here, do you have firms, knowledge of firms that's never talked about, that's not easily found on Google, that you hold close and your peers hold close, that that non-experienced people never talk about? And I get it. I get it. I was about to put them on a list and sell it, but I'm not doing it because their rosters will get overbooked. And then, we're right back here, dealing with them like, not being fair with the pay. Yeah, respect the experienced. Yep. They didn't respect me. Or my girlfriend, they tried to trick her up, but she showed up and she left. But I literally laughed. I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. Absolutely not. Okay, Mr. JoJo. Yeah, absolutely not. And I'm starting to think like that's the only thing that makes sense. Like those rosters are so flooded with people. Yeah, don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Those rosters are so oversaturated. And then the list that I'm selling, it's a lot of the ones that we hear about all the time, and then it's a few others, that you guys may have never heard about or whatever. But then they have another tier of firms, like their firms don't say adjuster nothing. It don't say catastrophe anything, right? Yeah, the stress level legendary. But yeah, exactly. There's a lot of other things I'll do for $23 an hour, and that's just not one of them. Absolutely not. But yeah, they have firms out there, and then if you know somebody that's adjusting and they just don't do a whole lot of talking, trust me, they got the goods. Right. Trust me, they got the goods. And don't leave home without your contracts. If you accept $24 an hour, you tell them you'll need that in a contract. Now, as a new adjuster, y'all, it's ECTA, something like that. Take it. Now, take it. But for this position that I'm talking about that was telling me $23 an hour, this was a property position. They wanted to know about my Xactimate experience and said I would have to do a little writing. What the hell is a little writing? Oh, congratulations. You know what I'm saying? You think you finna pay me $23 an hour plus $127 per diem, or $120, whatever it was. I'm away from my home. The per diem is probably gonna barely cover a hotel. Absolutely not. Oh, okay. Congratulations. You thought it was fake? Right. I'm like, a little bit of writing. Like, girl, what are you talking about? I let her talk because I wanted the information. And then me and my peer, we compared our information. And she was like, yeah, that's kind of what they told me. But then they told me that they're going to pay me what they paid me on my last deployment. And I was like, girl, I laughed in that woman's face. I'm like, did you look at my experience? Right. A little bit of writing. Either you going to write or you not. I was like, ma'am, absolutely not. My exact words, ma'am, absolutely not. Well, would it be okay if we kept you, we kept you, online for, open for deployment? Absolutely. Absolutely. You can keep me in mind. But if it's anything under $30, you can leave me alone too. Right, they tried it. Like if it's under $30, and 30 is pushing it. 30 is pushing it now. But you absolutely, yeah, call me. I like when they call me anyway because I like to know what's going on. I like to know if I can, send my mentees here or, if they're on roster, I can say, like, I listen and get the dibs. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'll just sit here and get my little. See here, she keep calling me. I keep ignoring. She keep calling. That's one of my daughters. Yep. Find somebody else to do it. Yeah, and then when you get in there, you get to talking to people, and then they not paying us right and stuff like that. But we ain't gonna get into that. I try not to get into politics and stuff over here. But yeah, like, and it's just heartbreaking because I really like I've sent a lot of people to them. Just like the ones in when Ian hit, I was like, they offered you what? I was like, man. But then I do have to think about it, like your first deployment, you know. But then I had mentees get on deployment making $40. I got mentees out there right now, baby. When I tell you they making that money. And then the one, we did a little he was still, in the like he don't need me, like we talk about claims and what he's handling and stuff like that. But babe, do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. Cause he's double dipping. And I'm like, dip on. Dip on. With the deployment I was on, I was like, I kept saying, I don't know how people do it. Like, I don't know how people do it. But they make it work. As they should. Because we always at the bottom of the totem pole anyway. Let me stop, y'all. I don't know who be watching me. Like, and I'm trying to build relationships. But do you. Because I am. You gonna get it. You gonna get it. And look, with that company I sent you, I followed up with an email this morning. Cause when I called the number and it was like, send the email, and she replied immediately and said she was forwarding it over to a supervisor. So go back to their website, Legendary. Get the number, call them, and it's gonna be a voicemail, and it's gonna say if you're looking for a new deployment or whatever. Send an email. She got back with me and said she was forwarding my information over to the supervisor for that particular project. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, 37. Yeah, that's not bad. Like, that's what I'm like, 30 and up. I like the $40 rand, but yeah, and yeah. Mm-hmm. Some of them just not paying. But I'm telling you, uh, the neglect they would get from me working for $23 an hour, I just wouldn't even want to ruin my reputation with that. I just wouldn't take it. And I just think they're so wrong for that. And I used to blame the carriers. I know one time I thought it was the carrier, but then when you get two different calls from two different firms, same carrier, but this firm able to pay you this and this firm able to pay you that, it's not the carrier, it's the firm. Oh, it was auto. Oh no, the one I did was property. If with auto, if it's not total loss, I don't think I want to mess with it. It gotta be 40, cause auto got so many moving parts. For me, it would have to be 40. If I have to clear coverage and liability, definitely. I'm not gonna say I hate it, but it's just another. It's another. Yeah, that's what I said. It's got to be 30 and up. 30 and up. And then if you want me to leave home, you're gonna have to pay me a little per diem too. Because they got the money, y'all. This is $1 trillion industry. It'd be one thing if they didn't have the money. But this is $1 trillion industry. They have the money. They have the money. But that's what I really think it is. I think these rosters, I think we're doing them a service by bringing people on and exposing people to the career. We're doing a really good job of that. And I would hate to think that a lot of it has to do with race, but sometimes it does, y'all. When you're sitting like my friend, that's been in this industry for 15 years, sitting next to somebody with very minimal experience, getting offered 29 and she getting offered 23. Exactly. You gonna pay me one way or the other. you gonna pay me. You gonna pay me. You gonna pay me. You say that's why they always want a photo on the portal. Ain't no way, Sway. Congratulations, Aisha. Wait a minute. Hold on. Is it Aisha or Ashaya? Is it Aisha? Congratulations to you. You've been missing in action for a minute. Yeah, you gotta, you're welcome. Right. That's what I got too. You know my name, Rebecca. Hi, this is Becky. And I can tell sometimes, like, if I can tell sometimes when people form opinions, and then when they see me, they're taken aback, like I'm not what they were expecting. Hi, I'm Becky. How can I help you? You know what I mean? So yeah, the first thing they want you to do is upload a picture to your portal. Good job. I'm so happy for you. And you get to do it from home. That's what's up. So yeah, Legendary, when I got your email, I was like, yep, she right. I was like, oh, hey, well, okay. And then they're like, what would you like us to call you? Is it, I never put my picture on Teams. Never. Ever. Ever. I do not put my picture on Teams. Ever. Okay? Nicholas writes. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you. You're going to do auto insurance in the property. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. Get all the knowledge you can. Yeah. They be like, what do you prefer? You prefer Rebecca or Becky? Doesn't matter. Becky will be okay. Whatever. So yeah, I never look, y'all. I never put my picture on Teams. I don't do a whole lot of lollygagging and all that. Like, I'll like laugh at a joke here and there because you don't want to be so uptight. But I don't take the stage. I don't take the floor. I don't do all that extra stuff. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I just lay back in the gap. And I'm telling y'all, that's why I've never had a problem with getting deployed. I've never, like, if, like, I just never had a problem just by handling myself that way. We're on teams. You're going to see the big RJ, Rebecca Johnson, RJ. You're not going to see my picture. If they require a picture or ask us to put up a picture, I put up the New Orleans Saints or something like that. Like, and I don't do that. Like, I went through this whole deployment without a picture. I did not. But my small group, we knew what each other looked like. When we changed supervisors in December, my new supervisor never saw my face. She never saw my face. You know what I mean? But, You working on your accent? Girl, I can code switch in a minute. Yeah, they be shocked when you show up. I did that one time, y'all. I'll never forget it. I was in my 20s. And it was an assignment at an engineering firm in New Orleans. And when I showed up to that assignment, it was like with the placement agencies. When I walked in, when I tell you them, the jaws just hit the floor. Like, I was not what they were expecting. And it was funny too. It was funny. Yeah, they were not expecting me. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Exactly. Man, y'all get me. Yeah, she say she show up this YouTube, y'all. She say she show up as a whole Karen. And then when she show up, it be Keisha. Right. Oh, you're Becky? Yeah, I'm Becky. Sorry. Now Keisha showed up. What happened to Karen? Oh, thank you. Code switch, baby, all day. Look, don't nobody look. My daughter's code switching. Oh my God, man, we'd be dying laughing at that girl. But yeah, code switch all day, all day, all day. Even with some of my insureds, a lot of my insureds, y'all. Rubis, remember we worked at this wireless company, and the lady came in, and then she left, and she called back, and I was like, thank you for calling, and she was like, yeah, Becky with the red hair, yeah. She was like, yeah, I just left there, and I was meeting with the colored girl. Rubis, you remember that? I tore that ass up. Ma'am, what is colored? I'm not understanding. Like, I'm looking around. I don't see anyone that's been colored on in here. Rubis, you remember that? like where you think we at? Yes, colored. I'm going way back, y'all. It's maybe 20 years ago. Yep, she sure did. She said colored, but in her mind, it was not derogatory. She was trying to describe, because Rubis will tell y'all, it was like evenly split. Like, it was, like, evenly split, you know, and she was trying to describe who helped her, who assisted her. Yeah. And that's how she wanted to describe it. But I was like, I don't see anyone with any colors on them. I'm looking, nobody's been colored in here. So she kind of caught the drift. Oh, what you say? That happened to me. I asked what color was he? Right. Like, yeah, that was a while ago. It was a while ago. Yeah, yeah, and then we're in the South too. You switch your voice up? Oh girl, yeah. I definitely switch mine up. Depending on who I'm talking to now. Depending on who I'm talking to. And I'm telling you, with a lot of my insurers, I find that they take me as Becky. Some of them, I wanted them to take me as Becky, and it's a way better experience, especially if they dealt with somebody else um, that they weren't happy with, and they probably had an ethnic name. So they've gone from that person to me, and they think they're getting something different, and they're getting the exact same thing. Yeah, it does still happen here in the South. You're in ATL. Me too. Code switching. Code switching. Yes, ma'am. Uh huh. Uh huh. She said you can be a phone actress. Yeah, absolutely. I know sometimes I am not what they imagine. I know for a fact. Exactly. Got your first six. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, what I'm trying to see is we was talking about uploading photos to portals. I don't think when I with Littleton, I don't think I had to upload my photo. Now with the best, I did have to upload my photo, and they have been hounding me. You say they know once you speak. Yeah. So with Littleton on this assignment, I didn't have to when I don't even think I did a formal application. I just emailed in my resume, I think. But I didn't have to upload a photo. But yeah, that may be why they be using those photos, cause you don't get no IDs or nothing like that. So like, why you want a photo? They want to know who they dealing with and how much money they gonna offer. You think that's what it is? So she from yeah, and this was about 20 years ago, working in the wireless industry. That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, y'all. So I don't know. They. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all could tell I didn't look when I do my onboarding and stuff. I do have something that has my logo on it with the school or whatever. So I didn't have to do that. I basically just got up, washed my face, brushed my teeth, fixed me some tea, and came in here and started working like at 7 o'clock. I just can't get past. My body is trained to get out of bed, get going, and get to work. And I had a lot of work. I got a lot of work done today too. Oh Lord, here they come. I got a message on YouTube that's being held for review. They don't like when you talk the truth. Yeah, it is. It really is. But on the other side of it too, yes, it's a good old boy network. Like I'm a desk adjuster. But like I've never blatantly experienced any type of racism in the field. Now, sometimes you show up, especially way back in the day. It's different now, but sometimes you would show up at a deployment, and it would only be like 3 or 4 people there that look like you. But it's way different now. It's way different now. And then I think I've said this before. When I would show up to a deployment, especially like my first deployment, and they had like 3 other people there that looked like me, they weren't nice. They be sitting there looking like, don't come sit by me. So until they felt you out or, realized if you were experienced or what have you, they weren't nice. So, but in this field, I've never blatantly had to deal with anything as far as like who I work for or anything. I have not. I would not lie. I'm not saying that it don't exist. I'm just saying all the years that I've been in the field, I've never experienced nothing like that. But generally, I find that adjusters, especially back then, y'all, I hadn't been on away from the people, like it was like 5 or 6 of us in a small group. Um, I was the only um, African American person there, but they had there, and then no, I wasn't. No, I wasn't. No, I was not. No, I was not. Oh, the last one you felt when we were released and they were in a huddle. And I was listening and not listening at the same time. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Who were in a huddle? Us or them? But yeah, cause I found that when I first got into it, like people, they just were not like I did get help, but a lot of people, ladies, the ladies, them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I've never experienced it, and then sometimes y'all I be so out of his where I'll be paying them no attention. But I promise you I've never experienced it. I've never, not that I can recall, not where it was in my face. Cause a lot of times, like sometimes if you shooting for me, baby, you gotta shoot direct, cause it be like, I don't see it. I don't see it, but I haven't. Now sometimes, like because this is a male dominated industry, a white male dominated industry, you will be in a minority, but for the most part, everybody was open and friendly, and then you had those that were not. But for the most part, they were. And then, even if you run up on people that look like you, back then, now, I'm not talking about now, but back then, they weren't open. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I talk about walking into your deployments, not looking like you're new, not looking like you're scared, with your shoulders back, your head up high, and ready to roll. You be ear hustling. Like, look, when I be on deployments, I have, and I could help one person, and somebody can see me helping. This is not to say, y'all, that I don't need help sometimes. I do. I know how to work a claim. Now, I might need help in, like, how y'all get into that, how we log in, which system we gonna do. So I need help sometimes as well. But when it comes to working a claim, and you have people in there that's never touched a file, and I'm sitting there helping somebody, then the next day it's 2 people. Either they're sitting there watching me work, or I'm helping. And before you know it, like I got 5 or 6 people that's kind of huddled up, because a lot of people don't like to help. They like you making the same money I'm making, and I'm not helping you. I'm not helping you. And I just don't have that attitude. And one of the reasons I know why I don't have that attitude is because sometimes when you do wrong, or you're mean, or you're just distasteful, it'll skip you and it'll hit your kids, right? So I would want somebody to show my children the same grace that I show. So that's why I don't mind helping, and I help, and do what I can. But I ain't gonna sit there and do your work for you. But I'll help you. You get caught up here and there. You can drown out the background noise, and I can't. It's my ADHD. That's why I keep my fountain on, because it helps me to focus. Because my brain will be all over the place. that that gave you additional 2 months. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. I don't know, y'all. I don't. I'll be so distracted. I'll be distracted as I don't know what. But when I team up with somebody, like I'll team up with like you and Legendary, and y'all like keep like girl. But as far as like, I have to really be paying attention to get it, because otherwise I be trying to learn my system. Especially if they say you get this, you go home. I be all in my word. So yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I just hadn't had any bad experiences out there like that. And then working from home, like I say, yeah, yeah, But you know what I find very helpful too is I will, like, I don't ask, like if I have a question, like a serious question about something, about the deployment, I always have the back information, because what I do is I'll just on the side, especially in teams, I go on the side, and I'm quiet in teams as a group, but I go on the side and I'll talk about what I need to talk about. Hey, do you have an end date for us? Is there anything else, coming up, coming down the pipeline? And build that relationship with them outside of everybody else. You get a lot of information that way. But if you're in the teams and you just yeah, if you're in a team and you just being loud and obnoxious and complaining or what have you, you ain't gonna have no information. And then I just get what I need. Like they had a few people that joined us like towards the end, and they was just so, and they told us we were gonna be off. Now we gotta work. I didn't say shit. I didn't say nothing. I had already secured my time off, so that ain't my problem. And did I tell anybody? Nope. When I got back, they was like, "Where you been on vacation? How you get it?" I just left the message there. Who you talking to? Who you talking to? You know. So yeah, and then it's all in how you handle yourself too. But yeah, if it's something I want to know, I'll go. And then I had this same, when we changed supervisors, like she was with us from that point all the way up into the end. My ebook is on sale for $10. If you've never, if you just want an overview of how to do it, get my ebook. Yeah, you move quietly. Yeah, you move quiet. Don't cause a whole lot of ruckus. Yep. Mhm. And then if I have somebody on the team that I'm close to or whatever, we'll talk outside of work or text or something like that. Cause you'll build your tribe. You'll know your gut. If you good with honing in on your gut, you'll know the people, or you'll know who to. You'll see who's sitting back quiet just like you, and they might reach out to you on the side. Do you see that, miss? You'll know. Yes, it is. It is. Or how to become licensed. But yeah, and I'm for some reason I just had the epiphany sale for $10. So there you go, $10. But yeah, so yeah, y'all, that's that on that. But it's just crazy on what they're paying now. Yep, read their energy. I know immediately who I'm aligned with and who I'm not. Mm. Yeah, okay, I had to delete that comment. Sure you can. Say me being in a parking lot, I'm telling you everything. Yeah, you have those, and that's how you keep. That's how you stay in the know. Like that's how you stay in the know. Like that's what I keep telling y'all. You cannot be an adjuster and be sitting on an island by yourself. You gonna get left behind. You have to network with somebody that's not bringing value. Cause I'm gonna bring some value. Like you want to network with people that's gonna bring value, bring you the information, and that's over the years that's how I found out about a lot of jobs. That's how I found out about team lead positions. That's just how I found out about all my opportunities, and we just share with each other. We share with each other, and then some of your information, you roll on to others. Like that's what we do. I have a group that I've been a part of for about 10 years. It's about 6 of us in there. Then I got another group that I just started. It's about 5 of us in there. So I have different groups of people that I've met throughout my career, and we just keep each other in the know. A lot of times, y'all, with the companies that we don't talk about and that people don't know about, these companies will ask you, do you know someone else that's experienced or you've been on deployment with that you can refer? You know? And that's what we do. I've had people refer me, I've referred people. So yeah, that's what we do. Now those general companies out there, I think they starting to smell themselves because their portals are overloaded or overrun with people trying to get into the industry, and they're lowballing the hell out of these jobs. And to get in and get your experience, that's one thing. And y'all, I'm not talking about staff. I'm only talking about independent adjusting. Yeah, get in there and get your experience. Then you get your experience up, then you can say, hey, I'm not taking it. Absolutely not. And then what's going to happen is the work is not going to reach the carrier. Subpar work is going to reach the carrier. And then the carrier is just going to pull that contract and go to another company that's paying correctly or paying a fair wage based on what they pay the firms, and they'll just pull that contract because carriers will pull a contract, especially if I know where IAs have reached out to the carriers and letting the carriers know, hey, they are really lowballing us on this. You're not going to keep quality adjusters on this assignment. And I've known a carrier to pull an assignment from a firm and reassign it, bring those jobs over to a firm that's paying a fair wage. I'm not saying all of them will do it, but some of them will because they know what they're getting. And then, when these carriers go out and recruit these firms, they typically don't work with one firm. Now, I hear that one firm is working on a contract exclusively, but it's a TPA. It's not like an adjusting firm. It's a TPA. That would be interesting to see, and I know that they would pay well. But some firms, yeah, I started staff. There's nothing wrong with staff. You might start staff and love it, especially if you get with the right company. Yeah, I started staff. And like I said, I started staff auto, and I was successful in my first property deployment. You, girl, I almost said to myself, I wouldn't be doing the firms anymore. Keep it TPA, because this last TPA assignment, girl, that was a pretty good assignment. That was a pretty good assignment. So yeah, I absolutely love working for GRS adjusters. So I always, I've never worked for the best, but I have a good relationship over there with a recruiter. And then my last assignment was with the Littleton Group. That's a TPA, and Crawford is a TPA, but